If I tell you, say I love you, my money, my body, now your own, oh baby. 30 billion for the account, yo. Yeah, Versace and Gucci for your body, oh baby.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Good to have you on here. We'll be starting shortly. We just give it 2 more minutes, then we'll get started. Thank you very much for coming today.
And so is Plenty. Stay strong and light, and 40% more absorbent. One shot does Plenty.
At Iceland, you can shop our huge range online and not delivered for free when you spend £35. Shop from the comfort of home at iceland.co.uk.
Are you on route?
Yeah. Put it on milk here.
So much more.
I guess it was on milk.
You want to move things forward.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Africa Day celebrations. We are so delighted to have you all to celebrate this significant day with us. To those who don't know me, my name is Sibisi Siwe. I'm the General Manager of the ACC. And some house rules for today. We do not have any emergency exits because you are all in the comfort of your own homes. But we only have one rule today, which is to keep your microphones on mute. So thank you very much. Keep your microphones on mute all the time, unless if you're speaking. If you want to say anything, you can use the reaction button and raise your hand so that there will be seamless communication. Thank you very much, everybody. I want to acknowledge the presence of our Swansea Deputy Mayor, Councillor Mike Day, who is with us today. We acknowledge your presence, sir. And alongside the Crossing Borders, amazing Crossing Borders children who are here with us today. And we have our artists who are here as well today. They are amazing. They are ready to entertain all of us. So we'll be hearing from them shortly. And this event is being live streamed. So we are all here, some of us are here on Zoom, and it's being live streamed on all the ACC social media platforms, just for you to be aware of that. So I'm really conscious of time because it's now 2:06. So with no further ado, I will introduce an amazing singer who's got an angelic voice, who is here with us today to kickstart the celebrations. So over to you, Layola.
Amen. Thank you so much, Sister Sue, for this excellency of praise. Hello, everybody. Hello, ACC. Hello, Africa. God bless you all. Hello. So I'm just going to be singing a song that says, "You are my strength." So we're referring to God as our strength, as our peace. So we're going to be singing peace over Africa and over all the nations of the world. Can you hear me properly?
No, you're not very clear. You're breaking up.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yes, much better now.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to be singing peace over Africa and God's strength and His peace that is deeper than an ocean and stronger than the mountain and over all the nations of the world. Amen. Can you hear me still?
Some people are saying they can't really hear you.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, 1 minute while she just
What about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody raise their hands if they can hear her? Could you please kindly raise your hand?
Oh, that's good. A lot of people can hear me. That's good. All right. You are my strength, strength like no other, strength like no other, reaching to us. You are our strength in Africa. Oh, strength like no other. Strength like no other. Reaching to us. Say you are my strength. Oh, strength like no other. lost strength like no other. Reaches to us, say you are our strength. You are our strength. In our over strength like no other. Strength like no other. Reaches to me.
Loyola, thank you very much. You are gone on mute now. So thank you for that amazing singing. Unfortunately, it was echoing because we couldn't hardly hear. She's already in the zone. I wish you could see. Thank you very much, Sister Loyola. Thank you. Carolina, could you please mute yourself? Okay, thank you so much, Sister Loyola. We are going to swiftly move on to our next speaker. Thank you very much, Sister Loyola. We can tell she's already gone. Yes, God bless Africa. Thank you very much. There was a bit of an echo, but yes, we were with you in spirit. We were humming along, and hopefully, when everything is all settled, we'll have you in our new building to come and really sing for us in person. We would really love to hear that song, Sister Loyola. So thank you very much today. Thank you. Like I said earlier on, that we are so privileged today to have our Swansea Councillor, Deputy Mayor, Mr. Mike Day. We thank him for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here with us today to celebrate. So with no further ado, I'll give you our Swansea Deputy Mayor, Mr. Mike Day.
It's a real privilege to be with you, and probably like me, you would want to hear Leola sing more, and I'm sure you prefer to hear her singing than to have me speaking, but it's lovely to be with you, and I'm really grateful for the invitation and to be able to share some of the fantastic work that you've been doing in the centre, which was set up, I know, by a good friend of mine, Uzo Iwobi, 18 years ago, and it's wonderful to see how the work has flourished. As you know, I'm the Deputy Lord Mayor, so I bring apologies, first of all, from the Lord Mayor, who's actually attending the playoff finals at Wembley. She's not playing this afternoon, I just need to add that, but she's there representing the city, because clearly it's a very important day, not just for the football club and fans, but for the whole of Swansea. So I hope that you'll accept her apologies. Can I just check that you're okay to hear me? You can hear me clearly? Yeah, okay, great, thank you. And so, happy Africa Day. I know it was celebrated a few days ago, but I'd like to congratulate whoever chose the title for your celebrations this year. Crossing borders is something that we've been prevented from doing over the last 15 months. But you have given us a very different perspective on the phrase, moving our vision from the purely physical to a much higher plane, to celebrate through music the rich heritage that you have and offer to the world. And you know, the title you've chosen and the concept behind celebrating Africa Day brings three themes to my mind, which are, first of all, unity. Secondly, serving the community. And thirdly, growing hope. If I can focus on unity first, obviously that's the whole idea of Africa Day and celebrating the OAU and the whole unity that we're seeking to see. But do you know what? In a way, we've all been united because we've been affected by the impact of COVID on our lives, whether directly through illness and bereavement, or through loss of freedom, or jobs, or social contact, or just simply through not being able to cross physical borders to visit loved ones who we miss tremendously. Our unity includes relying more on the internet and using tools like FaceTime and Skype and WhatsApp to communicate with each other. And certainly we've all been united in that wonderful phrase, "You're on mute." But you and other community groups have demonstrated an incredible depth and strength of character, which has made me proud to live in Swansea. Your unity, our unity, is something which has been significant in helping us combat the worst effects of COVID. It's not just something which is heartwarming. We know it's actually been life-saving. My hope and prayer is that the unity that we've evidenced in the last year or so will grow and that we will continue to show love to one another. And I and Swansea Council stand with you in wanting this message of unity to be broadcast and be embedded in the city's communities. The second theme that I identified from your work is serving the community. I've heard and read how you are serving the community in such a wide range of services and the support that you give to people from ethnic minority groups, asylum seekers and refugees, many who've been worst affected during the pandemic. I know that the ACC has been doing a lot of good work since 2003, providing one-to-one counselling and therapeutic activities, as well as a range of interesting and fun activities, such as Zumba, yoga, and Keep Fit classes. And clearly, face-to-face activities have not been possible, but the ACC has been incredibly innovative, moving many activities online. I know from my personal contacts that this hasn't been easy, with many people not having access to the right equipment and connectivity and skills. but you have recognized the challenge and faced it head on. With the help of funders, I know that you've provided tablets, Wi-Fi top-ups, and IT classes. I've been very impressed at the way you have reacted to the challenges that the pandemic has brought forth. You are serving the community and have found extremely innovative and adventurous ways of delivering your services, which I believe is a real example to others of how to respond and how each one of us can all serve our community. The third theme is that of growing hope. You have given us a very precious quality, and you've given that quality to those you serve, a growing hope. It's a well-used phrase that the darkest time of the night is just before the dawn. We have seen recently the darkest of times, but the dawn is there. It's starting. We can see it. We can experience it. The American author and poet Emily Dickinson said, "Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all." We all need hope, and we can see it growing. Hope of better health. Our health and care staff have done a fantastic job in supporting us through the crisis. Those, and maybe some of you watching today on the front line, have provided such an important service. But there have been others who've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to develop vaccines and treatments that will protect us from the worst effects of the COVID. As they have played their part, we must too, by keeping ourselves healthy and having the vaccination. But there's also growing hope in the economy and jobs. The challenges are great, but your support of those who are looking for gainful employment is essential. Our hope is also increasing of freedom, being able to meet with others, being able to travel, being able to enjoy live music together in each other's company, or for some lucky people who've gone to Wembley, to attend the playoff finals today. And the most significant hope, which is growing in our hearts, like a bud in springtime, ready to burst into colour. That hope is of being able to meet and see and hug our loved ones from whom we've been separated for so long. I've been amazed and humbled to see how the people of Swansea have responded and continued to respond. In the worst of times, it has brought forth the best in people too. We need to nurture that. We need to see those themes flourish. We need to see unity. We need to see people having a heart to serve our community. And more than anything, we need to see growing hope. So on behalf of the council, on behalf of the people of Swansea, thank you for all that you have done, all that you are doing. And I would like to wish you every success in the future as you build on what you've learned, particularly during the last few months. Thank you, and I look forward to be able to maybe celebrate with you in person next year on Africa Day in May. Thank you ever so much. I'm really delighted to have been able to spend this time with you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Lord Mayor Mike Day, for those words, amazing words of encouragement to us, amazing words of hope, and acknowledging the amazing work which the ACC have been doing. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you in person soon when everything has settled. We hope to host you in our amazing multicultural center at the Grand Theatre. So thank you very much, Lord Mayor. So moving on now, we are delighted and so honored to have one of the frontline workers who have been fighting on our behalf to save lives, Dr. Kofi, the chair of WAPACO. You know, all of us throughout lockdown, we have clapped. We have stood outside our front doors and we have clapped for the amazing work that the NHS frontline workers have been doing. So today, I just want to kindly ask you, before he comes on, for us just to clap on behalf and just cherishing all the frontline workers for the amazing work they have been doing in serving us in Swansea and further afield in the entire Wales. So over to you, Dr. Kofi.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Thank you very much, Africa Community Center, Swansea, and thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you today. I am humbled and privileged to receive this invitation from you, and I received it warmly because of the sterling work that your community is doing. And I am not ashamed to steal some of the words from our your deputy mayor, Mr. Day, because I think that the themes that he brings are central to us. Because the issues that we face now are brought into sharp focus by the events that have gone before us. We are faced immense challenges, but together and collectively, we are slowly steering our nation and our communities away from that. I love to pay respect, particularly to Professor Uzo, and I also love to pay respect to Sibu as well for the sterling work that, along with other members of the Africa Community Center, you have been doing, particularly to empower healthcare professionals, especially those of us who have Africa built into, hardwired into us. We are grateful to you for that. So I applaud you because you have shown us how important it is to do community. Community at a time when COVID has humbled and ravaged our people in particular. The health inequalities have been heavily impacting our ethnic, Black and other ethnic minority groups. But also it has brought into us a desire, a call for action, and a call for action which we find in Africa coming to Wales. The culture that you've described and what you are doing here is very, very much embodied in what our forefathers have taught us, for which we journey to come far. And it is good to see that you are actually expressing this in an exemplary way. You support the needy, you support yourselves, you collaborate together, you teach one another, you teach culture, you bring social norms, and the desire and the importance of family, particularly at a time when togetherness is called for, because one cannot do this on their own. It is being together. And African Community Center, you embody that, and we applaud you for that. You have shown us as part of this togetherness, with examples that you have set in supporting the elders and the Windrush generation issues, which you have shared with us. It's compelling, and it wells in us and inspires us also to run and do what we can to come alongside you and others to impact on what are some of the challenges that our communities face. You have shown us that although restrictions have held us back, the virtual space enables us to do more. Regular short courses and empowering. In fact, I will borrow from the words of my country's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who tells us that the forces that unite us, and I'm talking about all people, I'm talking about Wales, The forces that unite our communities in Wales are intrinsic and greater than the superimposed forces that try to keep us apart, including COVID. So I empower you to break out. I empower you to break out from Swansea, to share your model with Cardiff, to share your model with Wrexham, to share your model with Newport, and to share your model with Bangor and all other places where we do community, because this is a fine model. The pandemic has shown us some of the stark differences I mentioned. Welsh government has recognized that, and Welsh government has made a huge leap in basically understanding the differences between the races and how to support an anti-racist Wales, so that we're able to draw on the strengths of all our communities. So the Race Equality Action Plan has been proposed and it's in draft. And I know you are heavily involved with that. And we will be as well as healthcare professionals, so that we can bring the issues and the challenges of our community into the discussion domain, and so that we can, together with others, deliver solutions, not just a strategy, but deliver tangible solutions to address these issues. Martin Luther King tells us that the unarmed truth and unconditional love that our communities have shown in this time will have the final word. And I know it will in Wales. I know it will in Wales. So what does the future hold for us? We have been working hard as healthcare professionals, but we couldn't have done that without the soil. The soil is our community. The soil is organizations like you. The soil is our government. You've enabled us. You've empowered us. We are delighted to come alongside, because now in a multicultural Wales, we've been delighted to play our part. So we with your help and with the support of others, we are very close to setting up the Wales Association for Physicians of African and African Caribbean Origin. Now, this will be an umbrella organization, which hopefully will be a mouthpiece, but a broad-based organization that will enable those who basically have, but from our background, for whom some of the issues are common, but some of the issues are also specific, to be able to articulate the challenges and the issues that face our community, our African and African Caribbean communities at this stage. We will partner with associates, those who come alongside us to enable us, because the task is huge and we can't do it all on our own. We will partner with NHS organizations to provide a better working environment. We will partner with Welsh government to advocate on issues that relate to specifically to our members and also to our community. We will be delighted that at some stage we will work alongside with you to provide health education and health promotion talks and programs for our communities. And we'll be happy, we've spoken about this, we'll be happy to start with you. We'd also be very, very delighted indeed to act as mentors, because it's about the next generation. It is about the next generation, and to borrow on from the Deputy Mayor's words, the future is hope. But hope comes in the form of those who are coming behind us and alongside us. Our youth will be delighted to work as their mentors, to encourage them so that they can stand on our shoulders and run faster and further than we can, so that the dream of an anti-racist Wales will be achieved. We will encourage you that if you know of any doctors within your community, any healthcare professionals within your community, encourage them to come alongside, because the work is huge. But then together we are able to carry this, and we are able to work together as one community that is able to deliver for our people. I'll finish off with two themes. The first theme that I borrowed from the emblem of the school that I went to in Ghana. Many years ago in my high school, I was taught the emblem was the black and the white keys of the piano. And I was taught in growing up that if you played only the black keys, you don't make music. If you play the white keys, you would also not make music. But together, when you play the black and the white keys together, then you would obviously make music that would be loved in Carnegie Hall. I finish off finally with the words of Barack Obama. It says, change will not come if we wait for somebody else or if we wait for some time. Change is here. We are the change we are waiting for. Thank you very much.
Wow, wow. Dr. Kofi, Chair of WAPACO, thank you so much for those empowering words. Indeed, we are the change, and we can see the change happening in Wales, the change happening amongst us. So thank you very much for the words of hope and encouragement. Thank you so much. Thank you. We could hear it from our Deputy Lord Mayor, from our Chair of WAPACO. The message of hope is coming through and the message of unity. So united we stand and divided we fall. So let's keep on being united as a people in Swansea. And like Dr. Kofi said, let's teach others how it's done. In Swansea, we are the City of Century, and we are so proud to be the City of Century, and we'll be celebrating our 10th year anniversary of being a City of Century. So let's bring that message further afield. So thank you so much for that message. And now is the time for us to be transported to Africa with the amazing Chief Amas. He's going to play drums, African drumming. He's going to sing. So I urge you, I know we are going to be on mute, but I urge you to sing along while you're on mute. Let's see your movement. Let's see your mouth opening up. If you feel like dancing, please do so. So over to you, Chief Amas. Transport us to Africa. So before he comes on, our Deputy Lord Mayor has to leave now as he has other engagements to attend to. So we want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. We will see you soon, Deputy Lord Mayor Mike Day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now. So over to you.
Oh, hello, everybody. 365 Africa Day. Good to meet you guys. If you do African dancing, forget using the gym. Okay, let's do another one. Whoa. Let's go to, I'm on Spotify.
Yes, yes. I told you we are going to be transported to Africa. Here we go. The sound of Africa.
Congo. Okay, I'm off to the Congo now. Let's go to the Congo. Otis, you're there. Do you know that, Diakumbao, do you know that the Congo, without the Congo, all your mobile phones wouldn't exist? All these appliances you have are made from minerals from the Congo. So the Congo must be very, very rich, eh? They are not rich. They are very, very poor. That's the irony. Africa Day reminds us that we are very special people, and they were very friendly people. We mix with the Portuguese, we mix with everybody in the history of the world, with the French, with the Welsh, we've mixed with everybody in the history of the world. And we love everyone. That could be a problem, my friend. If you don't watch your back sometimes, you'll get stabbed. If you give away all the goats you have, you will starve. Africans are extremely, extremely nice. Kofi, I was in your country just before the lockdown. I was in Accra, I was in Takoradi. You see what I'm wearing? It's from Ghana. I'm Nigerian, but I belong to nowhere, man. I'm now Welsh. Everywhere you go in Africa, man, it's so much fun. In spite of the poverty, in spite of everything, it's so much fun. When you talk about African music, you're not referring to music by Africans. You're referring to the pop culture of everybody in the world, because beat is from Africa, and most songs now use beats. So they all have an affiliation to Africa. So we are all brothers and sisters. So we all hold hands. I'll play you the song by The Weeknd. It's not by Africans, but you hear there is beat in it. So that makes us all one. Let's go. I love this song so much. No, I want to play the one that has the girl. You know the girl that where there was a bomb in Birmingham? Ariana Grande, huh? Ariana. Grande. Ariana Grande, that's not English, is she?
Yes. Oh,
That's not. Save Your Tears, is that the one? Oh gosh. I love this song. I love every good music, man.
we can't hear now. There's no sound.
One love, let's all get together as one. Bob Marley, Bob Marley. Bob Marley. Not again, Bob Marley, not again, Bob Marley. Somewhere we must go to when we are playing, talking about African music, is a place where African music was transported to by slaves. African music moved to Latin America, Cuba, and all that, and mixed with some Spanish music, ended up with some of the most beautiful pieces of art in music ever made. The unbelievable proof that when you combine two different things, you get a better one. It's unbelievable what the Latinos have done with the salsa. And it's just unbelievable. So let's listen to some of that. Bob Marley is insisting on playing La Vida Cruz.